We got the good old Stink-Eye here today, and Tortuca is his name. With that, thank you for tuning in. As always, my friends, as we take on Stage 5 here of regular in Boss Rush Season 3. We're going to break everything down that you need to know to be successful here. Thank you for tuning in. Questions, comments along the way, certainly let me know. A couple things here. We have our suppression levels. Make sure you're taking advantage of these. Boom, we're moving on up. That definitely helps, I promise. Don't forget your supply chest. You can claim that as well. Available to all players, of course. And then let's go ahead and break down Stink-Eye Tortuca. Now, a couple things here. We do have these special conditions. Min biscuit levels 20, skill levels and levels are 90 for your cookies. Everything else, but those biscuits, those toppings, those tarts do matter, my friends. So keep that in mind. Every little bit helps. And then additionally, when it comes to the Stink-Eye Tortuca, the #1 rule of Boss Rush is make sure that you are checking out the boss information. The boss receives increased poison type damage. Perfect. So that is what we're going to be on, is that poison type team. So time for us to go do that. Let's see if we have any of those in line so far. I did have one actually from earlier, if I recall. There we go, the water and the waves one. Look at that. However, we're going to move over and create a different one here. So let's go ahead and we'll go into edit. As you can see, this is what we have right now. Lots of crit, summons giant pom-pom, love it. Regardless though, we need some other synergies. So in order to check those out, you can go to synergy ideas here. Take a look. We do need a poison type one. So if we see that, ooh, look at that, even got the green, the lovely garden grass type. Shadow of Venom, there we go. Summons a giant prune, perfect. Look at that team. Now, the biggest stuff to pay attention here, we got lifetime summon creatures 150 and 50% crit. If you want to go look at other synergy ideas, you can do that. If you're looking for different pieces, you can filter off those. But what we really need is lots of attack and attack speed, grass type buffs. We got cookies, regular crits, summon creatures right there is what we also need. Let's see if we can flip that in. There we go, echoes of power. So now we got the 2 in here if we want to play those around a little bit. Everything will do that poison damage. The biggest thing here is paying attention to what we have. We got 1 support. So let's go ahead and grab Lindsor. That's one of the best spots for those. So where are you, Lindsor? Where are you, Lindsor? I think I went past Lindsor already. There we go. So we'll throw Lindsor in for that one. And then additionally, the bombers, we need 3 bombers in there. So if you want to go look at these other types here, you can go over to poison. We can grab Prune Juice. There we go. Flip that in for the lovely White Lily. And then any of these other bombers that you may want to throw in there as well, just to increase that poison type damage, my friends, and get Sea Fairy out of there. There we go. And then now that we have those, we need the 1 charge cookie in front, so you can take a look if you want to filter off those. You just go like that. Look at the charge cookies that you may want to have in there. We're going to go with Burning Spice instead. There we go. You could also throw in the lovely Stormbringer if you'd like. And there's that. And then, my friends, we got to look at what else we have here. There we go. And all right. Ooh, magic cookies. We're good with that. Let's switch over here on our filter away into ranged, and let's grab, there we go. Perfect. Now, one of the things we are missing here is that team leader, so that's something you can think about, keep in mind in the future. However, there we go. And then again, looking here, if we can get to that 36, getting more attack in can make that difference there for you as well. But as the #1 free-to-play player, we don't have fully ascended everything, of course. So let's go ahead and take a look at our gear. Once again, this does matter. So we want to be on lots and lots of attack or attack speed, crit, those kinds of things. Cooldown. Here we got that. We're going to switch over to poison though. Here we could be on some more poison. Here, this is going to help us on suspect. And then here again, lots of attack. All right, so there we go with our team, my friends, for us here today and set up against the Stink-Eye Tortuca Stage 5. Let's go ahead before we do, though, just double check here. The boss receives increased poison type damage. Let's go for it now here today. All right. Ooh, there we go. Now, again, we got lots of good suspect in there. We got lots of poison. Got to keep that moving. Let's go. Let's go. Get below that 3 million. It is speeding up. 40, 50. Oh, so close. So close, my friends. Maybe try again. Now, in that case, maybe what you want to do is add in the other bomber instead of Eternal Sugar as an example, but Eternal Sugar does great as well. Or even rotating in another one, Poison Cookie for something else. And there we have it here today. The Stink-Eye Tortuca underway. That is a lovely victory for us in Season 3. Boss Rush, shutting down Stage 5 and moving on to Stage 6. Thank you for tuning in here today, my friends. Viewers, chat, if you still got a question or comment, let me know. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what teams you're running, swaps maybe you're making, because the community loves to hear. With that, once again, thank you, and I appreciate your support. Get out there, continue along your way in Boss Rush Season 3 here, because we'll be back with more Boss Rush, of course, and I will see you out there. And until next time, my friends, keep on running.